Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening sa lahat ng mga nanonood nating mga estudyante. Right now, we are in Discipline and Ideas in the Applied Social Sciences, Module 3 Counseling. Again, I am Dr. Annabeth Lopez. Moving forward, now our goal is to identify the importance of rights and responsibilities of counselors as well as their accountabilities in any given settings. So ano nga ba yung mga rights and responsibilities ng isang counselor and their accountabilities? So before we start, let us try to answer the following by choosing the letter of the best answer. You can write your answer on your practical research notebook. All right? So number one, being committed to clients' well-being means that A, we organize a feeding program for them. B, we set friendship boundaries so we can help much better. C, we welcome them in our home where we can conduct our session with them. And D, you demonstrate dedication and concern before, during, and after every counseling session. All right? Next, number two, what do we mean when we respect the dignity of every human being? A, everyone is unique, hence individual differences is always taken into consideration. B, only people with financial needs should be given respect. C, only children below 12 years old must be respected. D, foreigners are exempted from respect. Okay, number three, which of the following does not belong to the group? A. The rights and dignity of every animal influence our decisions. B. Clients' rights are self-governing. C. Counselors must enrich themselves with further studies. D. Collaboration is a must when identifying problems in the society. Next is number four. Which of the following does not belong to the group? A. Counselees have no decision-making capacity when they are vulnerable and helpless. B. Counselors must inform clients about their rights and accountability before, during, and after the session. C. Clients always demand attention-seeking attitude. Hence, counselors must always attend to these needs. Letter D. Intimate relationship is a must after the counseling session. Number five, which of the following does not belong to the group? A. Counselors may reprimand the counselee if he or she does not obey the rules of counseling. B. A counselor may disclose some information about the counselee, especially if he or she has done something wrong. C. The counselee may allow the principal to be present during the counseling session. And D. Counselors must uphold the confidentiality of the counseling session. Okay. Sorry kung medyo sinisipon. Now, next activity is you're going to answer the following and in your own words, and it is based on your understanding based on the previous lesson. Number one, why is it important to distinguish the area of focus of counselors from their area of expertise? Number two, do you think counseling in the elementary is no different from counseling in the college level? What do you think are their level of needs? And last, do you think counselors are trustworthy? Defend your answer. So guys, you're going to answer this. I'm just giving you about 15 minutes. Now, for example, you have already answered the following questions. You may post this and afterwards give yourself a time for you to answer this, and then afterwards we can move on to the next slides. So for example, you're done. Let us have a brief introduction about accountabilities, rights, and responsibilities of a counselors. So being honest is usually the cornerstone of trust and confidence in any relationship. that we form. And as we practice honesty in a wide field of professionalism, especially in counseling, it becomes a valuable asset for change and development of the learner. Counselors, just like psychologists and psychiatrists, follow a strict code of confidentiality and honesty in their work precisely because they work with people. Counselors listen attentively to the needs of their counselee and set boundaries of confidentiality which both of them must follow. In this way, they protect each other. Now, valuing the rights of individuals, professional responsibilities, and accountabilities of counselors. Professional counselors must always observe utmost respect for their counselee, not just because they are in authority, but also because the counselee has sought help from them. The counselee's vulnerability is already a signal that they are incapable of handling themselves. And when it comes to sensitive matters, counselors build an atmosphere of comfort and security for their clients. This atmosphere is the very reason why some distraught learners share their problems and needs. The atmosphere of protection and integrity give them a sense of security. The confidentiality and protection of the self comes first in the mind of a counselor. And as counselors venture to the counselee's problem, they must commit in giving importance and or value to the rights of individuals and demonstrate accountability. All right, number one is respecting the rights and dignity of every person. Professional counselors must bear in mind that each individual is unique. No matter how unruly the behavior of an individual is, he or she deserves to be treated fairly, to be listened to about what he or she thinks and feels, and to be respected. So each of his or her clients as a counselor, she or he will treat him as a unique human, no matter what kind of behavior the client is. They must be treated fairly. Number two, respecting the client's rights as self-governing individual. Counselors feel responsible for the welfare of their clients. However, counselors must also remember that their clients have the capacity to help themselves and are capable of making choices on how to do it. Therefore, counselors must communicate trust to their clients to encourage maturity and sense of responsibility even outside the counseling session. Number three, being committed to the client's well-being. Professional counselors demonstrate dedication to their work by showing concern to their client during counseling session and even after the session. Number four, observing fairness to all the clients by providing equal opportunity to everyone who has availed of the counseling service. So, counselors do not only provide counseling to few and selected groups, but they accommodate individuals from all walks of life, regardless of age, gender, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, whether they are students or professionals. The counselor must render services to whoever is willing and interested to be helped professionally. So, walang pinipili. Number five, enhancing the quality of their professional knowledge and application. Counselors provide quality service by keeping themselves updated on issues and trends in their profession. Counselors must continuously attend conferences and conventions or enroll in advanced studies. They must also join professional organizations aimed at developing their competencies. Being responsive to the society. So, being responsive to the society, counselors collaborate with other members of the community to provide the best services for their clients. They work hand in hand with the parents, teachers, school administrators, and other stakeholders to further help the students. So let us have some situational analysis here. Can you identify what right is violated in the given situation? So situation one, Counselor Joey focuses only on counseling the rich and middle class individuals in his private clinic. He sometimes begs off if he finds the client poor or has nothing to give. So the rights violated is what? So you can choose your answer from the discussed um, slides a while ago. So what rights are violated in situation number one? While situation number two, what rights is violated? At Holy Angel University in Pampanga, Counselor Marjorie oftentimes treats her clients ordinarily. She has been hearing the same old problems of her student for 10 years that she automatically nods to everything she hears without even really listening to her clients. So what's the right that is violated? Next is situation number three. Carlota has been a counselor for 12 years but did not bother to pursue master's degree or even attend seminars. She points out that the only service she needs is to render to listen and give advice to her students. What rights are violated? Now, I have a questions with you guys. So, for example, you have already answered it and you put your answer in your notebook and you will submit it in the school. Number one, do you think the rights and accountability of counselors exceed those that are written in the Bill of Rights in the 1987 Constitution? Defend your answer. So please research about the 1987 Bill of Rights Constitution. And number two, why do you think there must be accountability on the part of the counselors? So why there is accountability on the part of the counselors? Now, here's a value list of a counselor. So our objective here is to value the rights of counselors and counselee in different settings. So please complete the chart about the rights and responsibilities and accountabilities of a counselor. Like for example, career orientation. Example tungkol sa school bullying. So how do we respect the rights and dignity of every person? So as a orientation as a counselor, nasa career orientation siya as a counselor, you do not disclose the names of those involved in bullying. So kapag counselor ka, hindi ka nagda-drop name ng kung sino yung na-office, um, privacy matters. So, importante yung confidentiality ng mga involved na students sa guidance office. Then, being committed to the client's well-being. So, it is important that you must have care for both parties, the bullied and the ones who bullies. So, both of them, yung nanakit tsaka yung nasaktan, kailangan silang bigyan ng fair na trato kung saan hindi maaari na maapektuhan sila ng kailangan parehas sila na hindi nabibigyan sila ng rights na maging so being committed to the client's well-being, you are concerned to both parties. Nanakit man siya o siya yung nasaktan, both of them is given the right na hindi rin sila, bigyan sila ng pagkakataon na makahinga, na hindi ilabas yung kanilang naging situation. So, as a counselor, you must have care and concern for both parties. Next is fairness in equality in availing counseling services. So, sa career orientation, they must have equal opportunity to be counseled. So, ano man yung kalagayan ng estudyante, um, poor, rich, unruly behavior, or sobrang bait, or sobrang anak ng teacher or ng kilalang tao, you are going to treat them equally, no? So they can avail your counseling services. They have the opportunity to be counseled. Okay, next. So professional knowledge and application. You must attend seminars or create programs for the prevention of bullying. So sa career orientation, um, you as a counselor, you must attend seminars or create programs for the prevention of bullying as a counselor. So kailangan yan para to spread the awareness of the bad uh, or disadvantages of having bullying in the school or even in other places. So you have to have some knowledge about bullying. So next one is being responsive to the society. Be an advocate in speaking the holistic and psychological problems of bullying. So as a counselor, during sa career orientation, you must be an advocate. Ikaw mismo yung manguna ng holistic and psychological problem in bullying. So, syempre, as a counselor, alam natin yung psychological needs ng mga tao. So, be a speaker or advocate ng isang holistic, no, na at psychological problem of bullying. So, sa counselor mismo manggagaling yung advantage and disadvantages ng bullying. And then, if you have any suggestion, you make a comprehensive program in bullying and involve parents and other stakeholders in creating the program. Mas maganda to na i-involve natin yung mga uh, part ng community ng ating yung community ng ating mga, you know, sa paggawa ng isang program, you involve the parents, other stakeholders, no, like PTA, homeroom PTA, officers, general officers ng parents, and the barangay. Okay, so that's it. So, ganyan yung gagawin ninyo. So, next is a picture of a counselor. Creativity and character building. Ngayon, ang gagawin nyo is to create an overview of what a counselor does as he or she respects the rights of his or her counselee through researching and data mining of some accomplishments and output-based programs of counselors. So, in your own words lang naman to. Mag-enumerate kayo ng rights and accountabilities of counselors to different individuals and explain them in your own words. You may cite some experiences or examples of these rights. Write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. No, you write your answer again in your practical research notebook. One. So, you will pass or submit it to me as soon as you watch this. And then next activity, what should we remember? So the counselors have the duty of respecting every right of an individual, the availing the counseling services. These duties and responsibilities are incorporated or aligned with school policies and human rights. So the right of every individual is unique and different and is dependent on the culture they belong to. It is a challenge for counselors to identify the boundaries in which these rights thrive. Counselors must respect the decision-making capacity of the counselee. They almost have authority and capability of helping themselves. The task of the counselor is to redirect the counselee in that direction of self-help and self-healing. So, kayo, hindi nyo sila pangungunahan, hindi kayo basta-basta mag-a-advise as a counselor. You listen carefully to what their heart is saying, to what their mind is saying. They need to be understood. And afterwards, that's the time you make strategic questions for them to think ways for them to discover on their own ways. So, kaya nagkakaroon on their own ways on what is the solution to their problem. Your objective is to help themselves by discovering what is the solution and what is the problem all about. And then self-healing goes on when you are continuously uh, listening from them and you understand their situation. Next, confidentiality and honesty are usually the investment and heart of the service of counselors. Without them, relationship and healing would not work. The well-being of the counselee must always be the topmost priority of counselors. This includes that even when the session is over, the relationship of counselee and counselor does not terminate totally. There must be abrupt follow-up of the counselee. This is the true meaning of commitment to clients' well-being. Yan. Yan yung topmost priority nating counselors. Kailangan um, hindi na natin nababiolate yung rights ng ating mga counselee. And there must be abrupt follow-up. So once na ano mo siya, na counsel mo siya, kailangan magkaroon ka ng follow-up. O kumusta ka na ulit? O susunod, ito ulit yung schedule natin. So that's the true meaning of commitment to clients' well-being. Kinakamusta natin siya. So yan. Ang being a counselor, usually, you have the heart of the service of counselors. You Without them, relationship and healing would not work. So importante na ayan, honest tayo sa kanila at they can be they can trust us, no, na ibig sabihin yung may mga sinasabi sila sa'yo, hindi yun nakakalabas sa ibang tao. Okay. Next is taking advanced studies like master's and doctoral degrees is an essential consideration if you want to improve professionally and be the best in your profession as counselors. So added to this is your constant update of the current issues and problems in society through readings and participation in conferences and seminar workshops. Counselors collaborate with other mental health practitioners and the like to improve and develop more in the field of counseling. This includes immersion in the community and working hand in hand with parents, school administration, and other stakeholders so as to be responsive in the changing times, especially during pandemic crisis. Okay, so thank you for listening and watching. Just like and share and then subscribe. Remember to submit your work in our Google Classroom or in your practical research notebook. Make sure to prepare for our short quiz tomorrow once you watch this. Or basta lalo na 'to sa mga, absent saka kailangan ng modular. Thank you, bye.